Hello everyone, welcome to DHS Informatics. This is Android Part 7 session. In this session, I am going to cover Scrollview and Listview. The Android.widget.scrollview class provides the functionality of Scrollview. Scrollview is used to scroll the child element of Scrollview. Android supports vertical scrollview default. Vertical scrollview scrolls element vertically. So we have fill parent or match parent as well as wrap content. So fill parent is the older version. The updated one is match parent, which takes the entire screen. Wrap content. Wrap content takes the length of the text and wraps its content. For example, this is a wrap text. Is a string here. So if I use wrap content for it, so the wrap content start wrapping from this and ends at text. So next we have is Listview. Android Listview is a view which groups several items and displays them in a vertical scrollable list. The list items are automatically inserted to the list using an adapter that pulls content from a source such as array or a database. So array adapter, you can use this adapter when your data source is an array. By default, array adapter creates a view for each array item by calling toString method on each item and placing the contents in a text view. Consider you have an array of strings you want to display in a list view. Initialize a new array adapter using a constructor to specify the layout for each string and the string array. So for example, it is here array adapter. So adapter is what? Adapter is a reference variable is equal to new array adapter. Inside that what you are passing? 3 argument you are passing here. This r.layout.listview string array. The first argument, this is the application context. Most of the case keep it this only. This means what? It is an application context. Second argument will be a layout defined in a XML file that having a text view for each string in the array. Final argument is an array of strings which will be populated in the text view. Once you have an array adapter, once you create this array adapter, then simply call a set adapter method on your Listview object. So Listview you already created in a XML file. Once you created a Listview, using that Listview, you call a set adapter method and pass whatever the adapter you created, pass that adapter to this method. So here I will create a new project, file, new project. Here I will specify a name as Scrollview. Scrollview. Next. Select empty activity. Uncheck this. Finish. So here I just delete these all things. So I'll just take relative layout here. Relative layout. So enter, click control space. Layout height is required and layout width is also required. So layout height, if I click on it, just select fill parent and as well as you should provide here layout height also. So define layout height is already there. So you should define width also. Here also I will give fill parent. Once it is done, it is ended here only. So just remove it and close that thing here. Once it is done, so you should use here scroll view. So I'll take scroll view. So this one also I'll keep it as fill parent and this one is also fill parent. Once it is done, inside this I'm going to take linear layout. So this one I'll take linear layout match parent. So the same thing only, match parent. So once it is done, inside this I am going to take some buttons. So here button. So this one first, for width I'll take width as fill parent and height as wrap content. And I'll just provide a text for this. Android text button 1. So like this I'll just copy. So I just wanted to show the scroll view, how exactly it works. So here paste. Okay, orientation you should set. So I'll just set orientation as a vertical. So once it is done, I'll just change it as B2, here B3. So this one as B4, B5, B6. And like this only, I'll just copy this one and I'll just paste it here. So you can go to design part. And just check in the design part, you can see we can scroll it. So I'll just run this application also. So here we have an emulator. Here you can see what I can do. I can scroll it, but here it is ended here. What we can do, again we can the text part. I'll again copy this whole thing, copy, and I'll just use here and change some values here. From here B1 is enough, so I'll make it as T1, T2. Like this, I'll just change the name so that we can identify it T3. So once it is done, I'll run this application. Here we can see we can scroll this thing. You can see we can scroll it. So here it is, you can just observe. So T1, T2, T3 is here after B1, B2, B3, B4. So what I can do, I can scroll up, I can scroll down. You can see here. So like this, you can see from B1. I'll just go to B1, B2, B3, B4, and after that we have T1, T2, T3, after 6, B6, and again B4, some values are there. You can see like this what we can do, we can use scroll view. So for it, where we can use this scroll view is while we are doing registration, if we have more than 10 inputs, like gender, email address, phone number, password, which will not set in this particular page or activity. That time we can use a scroll view so that we can scroll it and we can fill the contents and we can perform. So scroll view is very important. So next we have is Listview. So Listview is also very important because in almost all application will be using a Listview, because like whenever I want data to be displayed in the particular arranged format, that time we will use Listview. So here what we can do, can just create another application, file new project. So here I'll just make it as a list view. Next, select empty activity itself and just uncheck this, give finish. So if you want to display 2 to 3 information, then that time you can use text wave, and text wave insert a data. But more than that, if you want, you can list. So here for list wave, go to main activity. Here we are going to use list wave now. So here I'll just delete this all things. I'll use here linear layout because I just want to display a list of whatever the things I'm going to take in an array. So linear layout, I'll just press enter, control space. So height is required, so make it as match parent, as well as we need width also. So here just press control and you'll get a define layout width attribute. So here also you just make it as a match parent. Just remove this and close it here. Once it is done, so here I am going to take list wave. So I'll make it as match parent. So width as a match parent and this as a wrap content. So once it is, you can see here, so this is a linear layout. So inside that I want a list view. So once it is, we'll go to main activity. So inside the main activity, what I'm going to do is here, exactly after this or here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just declare one string array. I'll take it as student, or else I'll just take it as departments, DPT. So how many departments we have? So I'll just take like this. So here I'm going to assign some departments: CS, Civil, AC, so you should complete the double quotes. So once here is done, I'm going to use E and I'll use Mac and another thing is iOS. So like this I'll declare some departments. Once it is done, so what I'll do, I just explained about array adapter, right? So I'll take array adapter. It is here, you can see array adapter. So adapter I'll take is equal to, here I'll use name, control space, you'll get array adapter like this. So once you get something like this, inside this you should send this comma r dot layout dot list view. So here I should create another activity. So I'll just create a new activity, empty activity. So here I'll just provide it as list view. So I'll just uncheck it and give finish. So here inside this activity list view, I'll just text view here. Just clear it. Here text view. So for this fill parent, and as well as you should make it as what? So this one also I'll take it as fill parent. So once it is done, we can go here. So text view is there here. So I'll just here layout dot activity list view. So at last I'll take my string, array string. So DPT. So once it is done, what you can consider here, you can consider once these all things are done, just make it as r.layout activity list view. Okay, it is done now. Here you use r.layout activity list. No, it is no need to define it again. So now what you can access list view. So I'll just take list view. ls is equal to. So how I can access list view? Same how we will be using buttons for buttons and edit text view. How we will be using find view by id. So what is my list view ID here? In the mix, I'll go to text part. Here I'll just assign ID for it. Android ID. So here at ID I'm going to use list. Okay. So here I'm going to access that list. So once it is done, so here you have the list view as well as the adapter. So how I can do here? List view dot set adapter method. So I can pass adapter here. So here I'll just run this application. Once I run this application, so here you can see this is a list view. Like this, what we can do, we can display, and also it is not like displaying like this. We can perform operations also. We have, once I click on CS, some operations like it will open some CS. You can tell information about CS. If I click on civil, what information civil contains, those all things also we can do using list view. So now now it is okay. So it is how we are going to display list view. So now like for example that CS and all, it is coming very text size is very less, and whatever the information is there, those all are very it is very congested, right? So we can set it. So how we can set is here what we can Android. So text size we have. So text size. So here it is text size. I'll give it as 20 DIP. And next Android style be Android. Here style, text style. So I'll make it as bold or italic. I'll make it as italic. Once it is up, next we have and padding. So here Android padding. So I'll make it as 10 DIP. So once it is done, I'll just run this application. Like this we can display, like this we can add a style, and we can display something like this. So this is about list view. I hope you like this session. If you have any doubts, please do comment in the comment box. Thank you.